to episode 72 of the All the Books Show. I'm Eric Mickles.
I'm Nick Gunning.
We're the official podcast of the David A. L. Public Library.
Wow, this is maybe the longest we've ever gone in between recording.
Is it?
It's almost 2 weeks.
That's true.
Two
We
full
haven't
weeks.
prepared so much, yeah. We used to
Crazy.
record, like, mess with our schedule.
Yeah.
Our personal schedule.
Our
to
personal
record,
lives,
like,
yeah.
the day.
Yep.
But, no. This time we're like, forget it.
We're only a day behind.
That's true.
That's
Sorry,
all right.
everybody.
No, that's all right.
Some people probably don't even listen till Friday.
That
They're
could be.
unaffected
Yeah.
by the time change.
Yeah. Or
of
maybe they're
2017.
they're just waiting for it to air on the Angelica radio station.
That's true.
Wednesdays at 9.
Oh, yeah. Ooh,
So-
boy, we're recording this on Tuesday.
Tune
They
in,
are
dude.
not happy with us right now.
They've been panicking.
So,
Welcome back.
yeah. Hey, new listeners of 2017.
Yeah.
We talk about book news,
Sure.
author news, and literary events.
Yeah.
Only here. I mean, other
This
places.
is your one-stop shop.
Yeah.
As
I
you
used to try to say
you
that.
used to say that every time.
but I couldn't say it right.
No, you were like your one chop shop.
Yep.
No, we're not selling and
Yeah,
boosting
yeah.
cars.
We're-
It's different.
All these books have been torn to pieces and resold as new books. Oh, man, that'd be great.
That would be a great podcast, I think.
Why are they in a submarine all of a
Backup
sudden?
podcast. So, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Those are past. We already said that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
All right. Well, then,
It's
happy
the
birthday.
First pod. Thanks, buddy.
That's tomorrow.
It is true. It's
So,
Wednesday. Yeah.
do you want to celebrate your birthday on the
Yeah.
podcast now or next week?
We don't have to celebrate my birthday. You've acknowledged it, and I thank you for that.
All right.
Yep.
Are you sure?
That's all. Yeah.
Should we sing?
Unless Ben Lehman is in that
No,
closet
he's
waiting
not.
to come out.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So no, I guess we'll continue on.
Okay.
What have you been reading? We had a long gap. I hope you made good. I see you finally finished that Springsteen book.
Don't spoilers.
Sorry.
Gosh, you started this year a real tool.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, can I tell you one thing though?
Yeah.
Well, first I wanted to ask you if you have any 2017 resolutions you want to share with the listeners.
No, not really.
Really?
Yeah.
Are there personal resolutions?
I don't have any resolutions.
Yeah. Well, there's a few you could probably use.
What?
I said there's a few
Oh.
that you could use.
Oh. Okay.
Being nice.
Yeah.
Being nice.
Oh.
Maybe listening for once.
Yeah.
Jeez. Anyway, all right. I was just wondering.
How about you?
Yeah, I've got some. I've decided to find a catchprise. this year.
Really?
Yeah.
We're all going to enjoy that journey together. I think you trying out different
Every year.
things.
Yeah. I've got a list here.
Have you written them down?
Yeah, of some catchphrases
Hit
I
me.
think. I'm going to use them in this podcast
Oh.
organically.
Okay.
But you'll know.
Yeah.
I thought about having a drum snare ready.
Yeah.
But I think they're pretty good.
Cool.
So at the end, you can tell me which one
Okay.
I
yeah,
should
I'll keep
have,
a tally and
and it's going to be the one I use for the rest of the year.
The best. Wow, that's a lot. Okay.
Yeah. No, nothing at the end of that conversation warranted one of these catchphrases, though.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah. All right.
What if you tell us what you've been reading in our bookmark segment?
All right. You're right. I did finish that Bruce Springsteen book.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Between you and me and our listeners, I thought this day would never come.
It was good.
Good.
I just sat down and was like, I'm finishing it today.
Yeah.
I was in Florida.
Sometimes you got to.
Yeah. So I liked it. I wish he spends a lot of time in the earlier. It's kind of like life, in
Wow.
that the early
This is
chapters,
getting deep.
the early
Wait,
chapters.
It's kind of like life one of your catchphrases?
Oh, that's a no.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I could have used my catchphrase right there to tell you that.
Darn it.
Darn it. Anyway, it's kind of like life, maybe,
Yeah.
in that the early chapters about his early childhood and life and everything, they like go on for a while. It all kind of seems to like spend a lot of time in childhood and dwindle. I don't know what the word is for that, but it goes on. It feels long, and even when he's a teenager and stuff. But the older,
Like too long? Like the first part drags, would you say?
no, it doesn't drag. It just
You describe
it's not in a
something
hurry.
dragging, but okay.
It's not in a hurry. Like
Right.
when you're a kid and the days just seem to go on like forever.
Yeah,
But then
brother.
as he gets older, the chapters seem to get shorter. He spends less time describing stuff.
More time running to the bathroom
Maybe.
because he's older.
Yeah, sure. And he doesn't spend as much time on his newer albums.
No.
And I was kind of bummed. Actually, he talks about the Rising album,
Yeah.
which is the
like
album
that
that
one.
got me into him.
Yeah.
But he
That's my second Springsteen album.
only song he doesn't talk about in that little like recap is Lonesome Day, which is the first song on the album, which is the first song I listened to,
Huh.
which got me into the CD. I was like, whatever.
Wow.
So yeah, the newer
He's
CDs.
saving something for the sequel.
Yeah, there you go.
Dig in.
So, but it's good. I suggested it to anybody interested in Springsteen or music history.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I read some comics. I don't want to get into them all.
Well,
'cause
let
I
me
read-
know.
What?
What are they?
I read Star Wars Shattered Empire.
Yeah.
I read Saga What is this? 5 and 6?
Okay.
Yeah, 5 and
Brian
6.
K. Vaughan.
Oh wait, no. It looks like. Yeah, 5 and 6.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for
I read
that.
a flash of the New 52. I read
Ugh, pass.
Irredeemable.
How
3
is that?
volumes of Irredeemable. It's fine.
Yeah.
I like it. It's.
Okay.
I think when it first came out, it might have been like, "Whoa, what a creative story!" And now I'm like, "Yeah, I've kind of seen this.
Okay.
Kind of been here before."
Did you like Star Wars Shattered Empire? That's part of our collection here.
No, not really.
No?
I did like the C-3PO story about how he got his red arm.
I know.
It was very
great.
sad.
I know. It was really
So
sad.
stupid robots.
We do have this here. I liked how it brought in elements from all three of the trilogy, or all three of the trilogies.
Yeah.
But you're right that it didn't really fill much in. It
Yeah.
was just kind of like, so here's some stuff that happened and it
Yeah.
involved these people.
Yeah, Poe Dameron's
Mom.
kids. Yeah. I said kids. I mean
You
his
did.
parents.
I know, weird.
Indy, a story of the Apache Wars. I read that by Ethan Hawke.
Ah, I like that.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I wish the art was a little bit, I don't know, more.
Yeah, it's very simplistic.
Yeah.
I read his book, The Hottest State. That was good. I randomly watched 2 Ethan Hawke movies over the break. I
Magnificent
watched
Seven.
Magnificent Seven and Maggie's Plan.
I think that's more Denzel Washington's movie than it is Ethan
Yeah.
Hawke's movie.
Yeah.
He has a pretty good role
Still,
in it, though.
I mean, they accidentally watched 2 Ethan Hawke movies
Yeah.
back to back like that. Maggie's Plan was really good. Kind of an indie feel
Okay.
to it. It's really
The
neat.
guy who directed Magnificent Seven, I'm pretty sure he's the
That
one.
was surprisingly strong, I thought. I really liked Magnificent
Yeah.
Seven. I thought I remembered you not liking it when it came
I did
out.
like it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't like the people in the theater with me because they kept talking.
Oh, okay.
The guy who directed Training Day with Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke. I read Batman Volume 6 with the New 52, which was just a collection of stories that didn't fit into the bigger stories. And then I read The Novice by Taryn Matheru.
It's a YA book. You've been
It is a
working on that
YA
for while,
book
too.
about a boy who finds a demon summoning book and
Ooh.
summons a demon and goes off to
You
school
don't
to
wanna do
become
that.
a
Demon
summoner.
Summoner.
No, just a summoner. They just call it summoner.
I was just kidding, but it was accurate.
But it was fine. It was kind of like Harry Potter meets Pokemon.
Sold.
Yeah, no kidding.
You just
But
sold
for
something. I mean,
teens.
not me personally, but
I like the world building. The characterization was a little light for me. It strikes me as something that, like, if you have somebody who's read The Ranger's Apprentice and now they're older, or just like, I need something else. I need something more serious than The Ranger's Apprentice. Give him The Novice, book 1 of the Summoner series. It strikes me as an easy transition.
okay.
And then I'm reading The Phoenix, Legend of the Five Rings Clan War, book 4.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, somebody, he at the beginning of the book, he read a scroll he shouldn't read, and now he's possessed by a dark spirit. So the Phoenix, which are the magic clan of Rokugan.
Your reading's, I gotta say, slightly demon heavy lately.
Huh.
So, whatever that means.
Yeah. Well, I'm also reading The Demon.
Was Springsteen a demon?
No. Well, a demon of rock.
Okay. All right. Sure, why not? All
A
right.
speed demon. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I just instantly said no. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah. A lot of different things.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's
Man, I gotta start using some of these catchphrases if I'm
sounds
gonna
like a
make
pretty
it to
good
the end of
haul.
the podcast.
It seems like you did quite a bit of Christmas
I
reading.
had so
Christmas
many
New Year's
comic books to
readings.
read, and I haven't even gotten like halfway through.
Tip of the iceberg, maybe, huh?
Yeah. Oh, that's a
Okay.
good one.
Yeah.
That could be your catchphrase.
Yeah.
Darn
It
it.
could be. Well, it's kind of like life, you know.
Darn it. This is your year.
I know. Well, let me tell you what I've been reading. You're supposed to ask me, and then I say,
Yeah.
well, Eric,
It looks like most of my catchphrases,
go ahead and ask.
you're going to have to like ask me a question, but it has to be a question about, you couldn't.
Okay,
yeah.
well, you understand that doesn't make for a good catchphrase if it requires a very specific code.
Ha! Try telling that to Bob Dylan.
Okay.
That was one.
All right, well.
you hear it?
Hey, you asked me, what about you? What have you been reading?
Hey man, what have you been reading?
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I read quite a few things. I read a couple of graphics, too. Some you might be interested.
Okay,
Some you definitely won't
Hold
be
on.
interested
I'm marking
in. So.
try telling that to Bob Dylan soft maybe for 2017.
I think it's a no. I
Soft.
think it's a no.
Soft. No.
Let me do. I'll get the graphics first. All right,
Okay.
we'll talk about those. I read Paper Girls Volume 2. So we
want that.
both did some Brian K. Vaughan reading.
Yeah.
Over the break. Paper Girls follow up to the hugely popular Paper Girls Volume 1. Came out
yeah,
a year
sure.
ago.
Makes sense.
Good 80s humor, time travel story. Just a weird, atypical series.
Yeah.
We have both volumes in the collection, so I would recommend those. I think they're good. Volume 8 of the ongoing Star Trek series. Another good one.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. Had some fun cameos in it. I read Wolverine Old Man Logan.
yeah.
The initial, the standalone
I know.
miniseries.
Oh, you have to tell it for our listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
Sorry,
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, so this is well, you can describe it. You know all about it.
The Marvel Universe kind of collapsed upon itself
Yeah.
and created this planet where all the realities were hanging out together. And that includes the Old Man Logan reality.
Yeah.
So it's Wolverine who...
This is not what I wanted you to explain. I wanted you to explain Old Man Logan, the original series, what it's about.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay, so Old Man Logan is just a future kind of Elseworld story where Wolverine accidentally killed all the X-Men.
Yeah.
Because Mysterio, a Spider-Man villain,
Yeah.
convinced him that the X-Men were bad guys.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense
Yeah.
if you really think about it.
Right.
But, and now he's all sad, and the Marvel Universe kind of sucks to live in.
Yeah.
And so it's basically Unforgiven in a post-apocalyptic Marvel Universe.
Starring Wolverine. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, the initial miniseries is just so... I mean, it's like a Nick Cage movie. It is so over the top and huge.
I
and
didn't
big.
like. Yeah, you compared it to a Nick Cage thing on Goodreads or Facebook, and I was like, that doesn't make any. Because like you said, Nick Cage's Ghost Rider. Nick Cage's Ghost
I
Rider.
really like Ghost Rider.
No, it's not bonkers enough.
Are you kidding me?
Ghost Rider?
Oh, you don't think Ghost Rider? is
No,
bonkers
Ghost
enough?
Rider's like, oh no,
Okay.
I've turned into a skull.
Well,
Better have a '90s adventure.
It's just... The story is just so big and splashy and crazy and violent that you just have to, like, accept it and go with it, you know? But if you can, it's pretty fun. So I read that, and
Nick
then
Cage's
I read...
Ghost Rider. That's what you would say?
Then I read volume 0 of the new ongoing series,
Right.
Wolverine, Old Man Logan, War Zones.
Yeah,
That was
what I
pretty
trying to
good.
explain
And it
to
actually
Facebook.
does pick up right where the miniseries leaves off.
Nice.
So it picks up right from there. I'm kind of excited about this series. It's not my typical thing, but I like
Yeah.
it. So we have a couple of volumes of that, and it's an ongoing series. So I think it's one we'll continue to follow. Our initial Wolverine Old Man Logan trade that we have in the new books has been very popular. It's got
Okay.
a lot of checkouts. So I think the ongoing series will be equally popular. And should that remain true, we'll stick with it.
All right. Well, that's nice. What else you got?
That was I
a-
read Action Comics Volume 5, What Lies Beneath, New 52 Superman. Guess what? It was crap.
Sorry, man.
That's
it
all
was
right.
right.
Here's one that I thought you'd like,
low
though.
reaction.
Daredevil Back in Black, Volume 1, Chinatown.
Back
I read
in
that.
Black!
Have you read this series yet?
No, I'm not there yet.
Pretty good.
Thanks, man.
I don't know that I will follow it, but it was a fine, like, one volume to read. As for books, I read CSI Miami, Misgivings.
Books.
First CSI Miami book I've ever read.
Right.
It was fun. A little
Okay.
too long. Corny, like the TV show. Good, like, over the holidays, sitting around, picking up, reading a chapter here and there kind of a book. So that was fun. I wouldn't say rush right out and get it. What I would say rush right out and get is Wishful Drinking by Carrie Fisher. So we
That's
can
been out
take
forever.
I know. We can take a moment to be sad about the loss of Carrie Fisher and then Debbie Reynolds back to back. That was heartbreaking,
Yeah,
wasn't
man.
it? Just
don't
it
wanna
was
talk about it.
upsetting enough with Carrie Fisher, and then I was at
Yeah.
a birthday party the next day, and we decided to watch When Harry Met Sally because of Carrie Fisher.
Right.
And then while we were reading that, we read about Debbie Reynolds, and we were just so sad.
Yeah.
You know. So I did a display of Carrie Fisher's books, and the next day I added Debbie Reynolds' books, and those have been popular. But
I said it online that to my many fans, no, just like
Yeah.
friends and family on Facebook, that this was a year where we could say like, who are the 5 celebrities you're going to miss the most?
Yeah.
And everyone would have a different answer,
All different.
and everyone would be right.
yeah.
So
Yeah, pretty
sad.
brutal. So anyway, Wishful Drinking is it's a memoir. It's based on a stage play she did, and there's also HBO did a filmed version of it. It is just so well written. It's really like it just seems off the cuff. It's very conversational, but it all stays cohesive and logical, and it follows a good path. Sometimes those books that are so conversational or so like, look how witty I am, they just go off the rails, and this
Yeah.
never did. So I was really impressed.
Would
with
you
it.
say it stayed on target?
Yes, I would.
From Star
From
Wars.
the Star Wars
Yeah.
films, yeah. It's a quick read. It's under 200 pages. You'll knock it out in a couple hours. Definitely worth it. If you're a Carrie Fisher fan, I would check that out. We have a lot of her other ones. Our copy of The Princess Diarist has not arrived yet.
Oh, okay.
It is on order.
It's new, yeah.
Yeah, so that's coming out now. That is based on diaries she kept while filming
Yeah.
Star Wars.
That's how we found out about Harrison Ford in
the
her.
Harrison Ford affair, certainly.
That would have also been a good title.
Yeah,
The Harrison Ford Affair.
Ford Affair. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd read it. Do you have a favorite Carrie Fisher film? Star Wars.
Star Wars.
You're gonna go Star
Yeah.
Wars.
Hey, so this is Carrie. This
Yeah,
is
she's
Princess
new.
Leia
That's new.
on your desk right here.
Yeah.
Which one is this? Is this Princess Leia? Because it looks like Padme.
That's Ray.
Oh,
From
I
the
thought
Star
Ray was
Wars.
over here.
That's Deanna Troy. And do we have to talk about
No,
the
you
nerdy
must have
things
moved.
on my desk?
You must have moved.
Yeah, I made a Star Wars and a Star Trek section. I did get a new General Leia pop figure for my desk over the weekend. I had to dig through about 200 boxes at FYE, but I found her. And then as I was leaving, there were 2 on a Star Wars display right at the door. So I wasted a lot of my time, but I got it. Yeah, I mean, Star Wars is great. I love her in When Harry Met Sally. I love her in The Blues Brothers. She's crazy in Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
Well, she's very funny.
Sorry, man.
That's all right. She's deranged. She's funny. So she got quite a few novels.
Your mic's a little... Here, you keep talking. I'm going to move your mic.
Postcards from the Edge.
Yeah.
Another popular fiction of hers. I picked up a copy of that a few years ago. I haven't read it yet, but I want to.
Okay.
Especially after I read Wishful Drinking, because it was just so well. I have her next... where did I put it?
You got her action figure up there.
Yeah, I do have that. Yeah.
Counselor?
We've already posted
Senator?
that. That's from Force Awakens.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
it's just... This is from Force Awakens.
Yeah,
too.
that's when she's in like action mode. That's like in the end when she's all like princess. Shockaholic is her next memoir,
Okay.
which I have checked out and I haven't read it yet, but I plan to because I liked the other one so
right.
well. Anyway, so that is what I have read. I'm currently reading, and this is a mess. This is something I always like drives me crazy about my wife. She always has like 4 or 5 books going at once, and I'm like, stop doing that. So right now I'm reading The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna for the book club. I'm listening to
Right.
the audiobook on that. I've also got the Daily Show oral history book for Christmas, and so I'm reading that.
I don't know what that is. Oh, I get it. Yeah. The
Yeah,
Daily Show.
so that's really good. It's all just quotes from like the staff and crew of that show. So it's kind of an exhausting read because it's not really like a clear narrative. So I've been kind of putting that down and reading Time to Murder and Create, which is Matthew Scudder, Book 2 by Lawrence Block. Very good. I loved the first one, Sins of the Father. You might know it from Liam Neeson's movie version, Walk Among the Tombstones, based on the Matthew Scudder books. So I'm reading that. And for graphic novel, I'm reading A Christmas Present from my old pal and co-host, Eric Mickles. Yeah. Star Trek, the newspaper comics.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
Merry
It's
Christmas,
just
then.
like all of the Star Trek newspaper comics.
Yeah.
These great little, it's probably like, 10 pages of panels make up one story and then it moves on to the next thing. So it's cool. They're very good. It's a fun read. So
Nice.
Yep. So that was a lot. And
All right.
that's done with what I'm reading.
Nice. So I think what I gained the most, though, is that you think the first Ghost Rider movie is fun and splashy.
No, I think it's just over the top. Nicholas. I guess I'm thinking mostly.
You're thinking Spirit of Vengeance, the
yes,
sequel.
definitely yes.
The nutty sequel.
The nutty sequel. But
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage in that movie even is just like, oh, I'm Ghost Rider, blah. He's just
yeah.
insane.
All right.
Well, I watched some odd movies over the week.
Okay.
So I think we should talk about those a
All right.
little bit. First of all,
Nick didn't like Rogue One.
that's sort of true.
Yeah.
That's sort of true. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about Rogue One. Because we had a comment about like, why haven't you guys talked about Rogue One yet?
Who was this?
So the Burf on Twitter
Nice.
wants to know why we're not talking about Rogue One. Well,
Because we
the Burf.
Yeah, we hadn't seen it.
We recorded
early.
late.
We're early. We recorded
I
early.
guess he wants us to just cancel our Christmas so we can talk about Rogue One.
Sure.
Just for him.
Yeah.
But we're not going to do it.
Okay.
But here we are now.
Yeah.
So let's dig in. Star Wars Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
I think you say Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Yeah. Not one of the episodes. Just a little in-betweeny kind of movie.
Yeah.
Set before A New Hope, leading
Okay.
right directly into A New Hope.
Okay. Jeez.
What
is,
did you think?
Disney paying you to describe this to people?
No.
Like, okay.
No. What did you? Let me
I
hear.
liked it.
You liked it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't want to talk about it?
I don't know. I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to
You don't
spoil
wanna talk
anything.
about it.
I feel like Rogue One, maybe more than Episode 7, is harder to talk about without spoiling.
Really? That's funny.
Maybe not.
'Cause I feel like you know everything that happens, and the characters are sort of inconsequential to a story.
In Rogue One?
Well, yeah. I mean, after that,
I don't know. Maybe.
okay. So we're not going to talk about
Well,
specifics.
I just don't want to.
All right. Well, then
ruin it
talk
for anybody who
in,
does want to see it.
Talk in generals then, just about what you like. Plot.
I liked it. You said you didn't like the fact that the characters, you didn't get invested in any of the characters.
Yeah.
I feel like for a story so focused and short, it's probably harder to do as many characters as that was. Though
I don't think they should have done that many characters.
it's hard to make that point after Magnificent Seven was pretty good.
Right.
But here's the thing. I think like Magnificent Seven, they realized they only had so much time to tell certain stories. So they got good actors that you end up liking more for the performance than, say, the character traits.
See, I feel like we know exactly how the story ends. I don't think we needed so much like step by step plot. Like I would have liked
You're
a little bit
describing
more.
any prequel.
I would have liked a little bit more of like the that core group like working together. Like I don't understand, other than like Empire bad. Like I don't really understand why people are doing the things that they're doing. I don't know like why they're risking things for this. I don't know their names.
Your heart's gone.
I don't
Jin.
know. Okay,
Cassian.
tell me. Okay, all right, you're right.
K2.
Yeah. Okay.
The droid.
Yeah.
Who was K2. That
Yes.
was K2.
Okay.
Saul,
Okay.
who was played by Forrest
Yes.
Whitaker.
Yes. You've proved your point. So you think it's like up there with?
Mads Mikkelsen. That's the actor.
okay.
Who played Jin's father.
All right. I'm sorry that I said that you don't know the characters. How do you think it falls with the other Star Wars movies?
You mean ranking wise?
Yeah, I mean,
Don't make
just
me
like
rank.
no, I'm
I
not
don't
saying
know.
ranking. I'm just,
I don't know, man. I think I like Episode 7, but I had more fun at Rogue One.
interesting. See, I didn't find Rogue One fun at all.
I just found like you say you know how everything was going to end with Rogue One,
Yeah.
but I know how everything was going to get to the end with Episode 7. I felt like it's like, all right, now we're just going to get out the plan. Now we're going to do this. Now we're going to do that. I mean, there was some secrets and stuff to Episode 7, and I like Episode 7. I don't mean to like say I don't like Episode 7. I just felt like I had a more good time, and I feel like you could show somebody who doesn't watch Star Wars Rogue One, and they might leave Rogue One liking Rogue One
Yeah.
and not needing to watch any more Star Wars
that could
movies.
be.
I like the actors that were in it. I liked the characters. I think the movie definitely smells of rewrites. I think some of the characters. I think the two main ones, Jin and Cassian. I don't know the actor's name. Felicity Jones and the guy I don't know the name of. I feel like they suffered most from rewrites. They seem to make certain decisions just out of nowhere. But I feel like everyone else kind of seems solid. There's the blind monk.
Yeah.
Who believed in the Force, even though the
Right.
Force didn't
He
believe in
believed
him.
the Force. Yeah.
I don't know what your problem is with him. He was great.
I don't know.
Everybody likes him.
I don't have a problem.
Okay.
I'm just, I just wasn't like invested. I wasn't into it. I can't imagine like wanting to watch it again.
Oh, I could watch it a few more
I
times.
liked Alan Tudyk. I thought he was funny as the
Yeah.
the droid.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess you're right. I guess I wouldn't put it up there.
I
as-
think
Yeah.
I appreciated it looked different than any of the Star Wars
I
films.
liked that too. Yeah.
That we were at different locations. I liked
Yeah.
the cinematography. I thought
Yeah.
that was better. I thought
Yeah, they didn't do the wipes and things like that. They didn't do
yeah,
the transitions.
I liked some of the action was a little less Star Warsy and down to earth.
Yeah.
I liked like the last third of the movie turned into this like crazy action movie. I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting
Yeah,
it to.
That's true.
And Vader had a really great moment and a really bad moment where he
Yeah.
makes a joke
True.
and he shouldn't joke.
True.
He made like a old dad joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you brought some of the cold with us, did you?
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
That's nice.
No.
That's a nice dad joke. Okay, so
Yeah.
Rogue
I'm
One.
hungry. Hi, hungry. I'm Darth Vader. Nice to meet you.
Dad jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so that's it. What did you think of Passengers?
It was fine, but if somebody hates it, I totally understand because that's a pretty unforgivable.
Chris Pratt, Jennifer Lawrence,
Yeah.
sci-fi.
There's a pretty unforgivable decision made in that movie.
Yeah.
And it's not really. I don't feel like it got the proper balancing out.
Okay.
So
Huh. All right.
yeah.
Randomly watched American Graffiti.
For the first time.
I'd sort of like seen it, parts of it, but I don't think I'd ever really like sat down and watched it. So that was fun. It's like a million famous people in that movie.
Yeah.
So and
Harrison
then
Ford.
we rewatched. No, Ron Howard,
yeah.
Richard Dreyfuss, a lot of people. Like made
Do we
their
still
debut
count
in that.
Richard Dreyfuss as famous?
He's got. I mean, is he a current A-list celebrity? No, but for nostalgia's sake, yeah, I would say.
I can name 3.
What?
Jaws, Close Encounters,
Yeah.
and some people like What About Bob,
Yeah.
and I do not.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Was
Okay.
he in Mr. Holland's Opus?
Mr. Holland's Opus.
That was him?
Yeah.
I thought that was Kevin Kline.
No. Stakeout. Another Stakeout.
All right.
Richard Dreyfuss, The Goodbye Girl. Won
Uh-huh.
the Academy Award for The Goodbye Girl.
Oh, good for him.
Well, I like Richard Dreyfuss. That was good. Rewatched Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal
Stop.
Skull for the first time in 10
So
years.
you wouldn't rewatch Rogue One, but you'll watch Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
I'll rewatch Rogue One in 10 years. Sure. I can commit to that.
All right.
Indiana, I haven't seen it since I saw it in the theaters. And, like, I don't think that it's the trash that we remember it as. It's not good. Like, it doesn't hold up to, like, the other movies. But there's enough, like, Indiana Jones moments in it that, like, you could watch it and be like, well, that was cool. Well, that was cool.
Hold
The
on, there's gotta
CGI
be a
gophers,
catchphrase here.
the refrigerator atomic bomb blast,
Oh,
the
boy.
aliens. I mean, it's just
Yeah, the worst.
it's too like any time where you can be like, there's George Lucas.
Yeah.
Those are the mistakes right there.
All right.
So anyway,
That's a-
I'm glad that we rewatched it.
Yeah.
But
All right. Well, whew.
yeah.
I don't even know.
When was the last time you saw it?
2009.
Okay. So
Well, I didn't watch it in theaters. I watched it. Somebody had it on DVD, and I was house sitting, so I watched it, and I couldn't believe my eyes, man.
yeah.
It's a dark time.
Yeah.
Uh,
I didn't. The first time I saw it was like at the Charcoal Corral, the drive-in outside. So it kind of worked for like an outdoor drive-in movie.
Yeah.
You know, I don't. Yeah.
so you're super excited for the fifth Indiana Jones that's coming out.
No, it's funny too because I was watching we watched some of the special features, which are actually really interesting. But Steven Spielberg was like, I was worried that they wouldn't accept Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones in his mid-60s, but he was like, he looks great, and I wouldn't be surprised if he had another 10 years left in him. And I'm like, geez, that was 12 years ago.
Yeah. Yep.
So
yeah.
look out.
All right.
But anyway,
Yeah, we gotta get to
some fun movie
we
watching.
gotta get to book news.
Let's do it. What do you got?
Well, what did you like of That's Nice, but what else do you got? That was a catchphrase earlier. Okay, low reaction.
It's specific. It's too long. Yep.
All right. Well, don't mash my potato.
I don't get it. Is that like
But you just were like giving me grief about my
okay.
catch. But now I threw out another catchphrase at you.
Yeah, I don't. I hate
Don't
to mash
mash
your
my-
potato on this, but
All right, though.
definitely.
All right, I'm gonna put a question mark there. Maybe.
Okay. All right,
All right. So,
Maybe.
who do we start with? It's been so long. It's been a whole year.
it's you.
I start.
Yeah.
All right. So these are the books that basically come out today.
Hey,
But we shouldn't tell our listeners that. I'm sorry. We're breaking
January
the magic.
3rd. This is when they come out. January 3rd.
Oh boy, and there are a lot.
Okay.
So let's just go through some quickly.
Yeah, pick the highlights.
Okay. Have you heard of this? The X-File Origins Devil's Advocate. Apparently, there's a series. This is book 2. It's just the origins. The first line of this says, "How did Dana Scully become a skeptic?"
No.
I don't think she became I think you would start a skeptic and then become a believer.
Huh.
Right?
Deep.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyways, so read the dark thriller to find out why millions of people became obsessed with the X-Files. 20 years later.
Yeah.
So, could you see? I guess I just don't see. Like, it was a 6-episode series, right? That's
Of what?
of the X-Files, the new stuff
6 episodes, yeah.
that people liked some of.
Yeah, people, as my wife describes it, it's like they took one episode of all the different styles of X-Files that they did. So there was like a monster one, there was like a mythology one, there was a funny one, and like they did one of each of those. So like if you're a big fan and you can see all those and be like, oh, hey, like that, then it worked. Someone like me who's like a very casual fan, we'll say, I want to like it.
Okay.
Um,
Wait, you want to believe?
I want to believe that it's possible for me to like it. Yeah. I kept being like, well, why don't these things connect? Like, what's the story? I don't think if you were just going to like, hey, I think I'll check out the X-Files, don't watch
Okay.
that series because it's not going to work for you.
All right. Well, maybe. I think these are young adult books. When a classmate who recently died in a car accident appears before Dana. So, are these for teens? These
This
are
is
young
weird.
adult books. X-File, young adult books in 2017.
All right.
That's crazy.
It is kind of crazy.
All right. William R. Forstchen has a book called The Final Day.
Okay.
This is the Jonathan Matherson series. Are you familiar with this one?
I don't think so.
The first one is 1 second after. The second one is 1 year after.
No?
I think you recognize it by the cover. Very, like, plain text.
Okay.
Anyway, that didn't help at all. The Mistress, a novel by Danielle Steele.
Hey. America's favorite storyteller.
Sure. Douglas Preston, The Lost City of the Monkey God.
And Lincoln Child?
Hold on. A true story.
on.
Yeah. 500-year-old legend, an ancient curse, a stunning medical mystery, and a pioneering journey into the unknown heart of the world's densest jungle.
Wow.
Have you ever traveled into a dense jungle?
No.
A light jungle.
No.
Okay.
Sometimes I feel like when you start a story that I'm not that interested in, I feel like I'm going into a dense jungle. Hey, sorry about mashing your potatoes.
All right?
Yeah.
Hey, man. The Red Sphinx, a sequel to The Three Musketeers. Ever wonder what happened to the Musketeers after the thing they did?
I can say unequivocally that no one has ever wondered.
Well, this was written by Alexander Dumas and Lawrence Ellsworth. Wait, so this is, for the first time in English in over a century, a new translation. to the forgotten sequel. Maybe it's forgotten.
There's a forgotten sequel.
I guess
Remember when we had to cut a whole bit from the podcast because we were talking about making a sequel to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and there were like four sequels to that book.
That was the first episode.
Embarrassing.
That was episode 1.
Well, what a fun throwback.
We cut it right out.
Yeah, just took the whole thing out. That'll be on the blooper reel. When you buy the DVD, this will be a bonus,
Yeah, sure.
a bonus feature.
The return of the Raven
Mac.
Mocker. The return of
the Mac.
Raven.
Mac.
The return of the Raven Mocker.
Oh.
An Alifair Tucker mystery.
Hello, I'm Alifair Tucker.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking for the return of the Raven.
Okay.
It's a mystery of some sort.
Donis Casey. Do we know who this is?
No.
I feel like I've heard you mention Alifair Tucker.
Alifair Burke, you're thinking of.
That's it. Sorry, Alifair Tucker.
Yeah.
We have no time for you. Below the belt.
No skin off my teeth.
Okay. Below the belt.
Whoa.
A Stone
This
Barrington
is a
novel.
family. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Stuart Woods.
That checks out. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I got nothing to say. Where are you in the Stone Barrington books?
I've read some of the later ones sporadically, and then I've read the first, several.
All right. Do you read them as they come out? The new ones?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not up to date on it.
All right. Different Class by Joanne Harris. The author of Chocolat.
Chocolat.
Becomes a dark, suspenseful tale in the
Johnny
tradition
Depp, call
of
your agent.
Patricia Highsmith about a sociopathic young outcast at an antique prep school. An antique prep school? Oh, antiquated prep school.
Antique
it was me, yeah. So what would you appraise
This
as
is
that?
the world's oldest prep school.
All right, so you see the school as an antique as opposed to a school about antiquing.
Oh, an antiquing school.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
I would go.
I say this was during the Constantine rule.
Do they need an adjunct professor? Because I think I could really help.
Do you?
Yeah.
Everything you want me to be.
Yeah, go on.
No, it's just no, it's not a catchphrase. It's
Oh,
Mindy
okay.
Maget. But why did I say that? They call her something. No, not this person.
The Jackal.
No, it's just a story about twists and turns.
Okay.
The Jackal. What are we talking?
Yeah.
The book, The Jackal?
No, like from the West Wing. They call me the Jackal.
Oh, his father's son. This is a nonfiction.
Okay.
His father's son. The life of General Ted Roosevelt Jr. Do you know anything about Theodore Roosevelt Jr.?
I know something about his dad.
Okay. Well, he fought. He proved himself on the battlefields of 2 world wars.
And then was swiftly forgotten by American history.
Whoa! Jeez.
Before now, did you know Teddy Roosevelt had a son?
No.
Yeah.
All right. History of Wolves. This is fiction.
A historical fiction of
No,
wolves.
it's just History of Wolves by Emily Fredlund. Listen to this. One of the most daring literary debuts of the season, History of Wolves, is a profound and propulsive novel from an urgent new voice in
Wow.
American fiction.
one of the most daring books of 2017 so far.
Yeah. An urgent new voice.
Look out.
Get this new voice out now.
You gotta hear this. I have to tell you this History of Wolves right now. I don't have time.
Wow.
So like a long time ago, there was wolves.
Agonizing and gorgeously written, History of Wolves introduces a new writer of enormous range and talent.
It sounds like kind of painful. Like all
yeah.
those words are like,
Yeah, calm down.
yeah.
Oh, unfortunately, this is a stunning debut novel about love and forgiveness,
no.
but
Unless it's urgent.
Emily
Blunt.
Ruskovich is not an urgent.
Really?
Yeah, she's not an urgent writer.
Sorry,
but she has a
Em.
book called Idaho.
Oh.
Nothing about Idaho is urgent.
No.
That's all we got about Idaho, I guess. Mrs. Sherlock Holmes, the true
Oh.
story. Oh, this is nonfiction.
Okay.
The true story of New York City's greatest female detective in the 1917 missing girl case that captivated a nation by Brad Ricca.
Boring.
Yeah. So, what if she was like a contemporary?
I keep
of Sherlock
hoping
Holmes?
that there's going to be a book by Mr. James Paddington with
Sorry,
Eric
man.
Nichols and a
Yeah,
group
his
of,
New Year's resolution
group of writers.
is to finish the rough draft
Yeah.
of his outline.
Now, for those of you who
in
are new
2017.
listeners who don't remember, Eric is in the process of writing along with an up-and-coming writer,
and a
James
few
Paddington, writing a Dutch masterpiece
Thriller.
thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a series of sort of a book club, writing a Dutch
Yeah.
mystery.
Yeah, mystery, thriller,
Okay.
romance, a little bit of I want to say historical fantasy, but it's more like historical
okay.
possibilities.
Well, I mean, some unsolicited advice that I could offer
Uh-huh.
would be, don't try too much.
Okay, sure.
You know, if you go too much, has an identity crisis,
Yeah.
and I don't.
I told that to James Paddington, and you know what he said?
What?
He said it's all cool. That's the only thing he knows in English.
Right. Okay.
All cool.
So did he mean it, or would he say that in any situation?
No, like if you said, "Do you want fries with that?" Yeah, he would say all cool.
Yeah.
Unless his translator was there.
What if it was like a dangerous situation, like don't run into the traffic,
He would just be like, all cool.
and then he would.
No, he would know not to, but you wouldn't want to take his advice.
Okay. All right.
So-
I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
He
All right.
knows what he's talking. You know, it's just harder. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's the language barrier.
It sounds near impossible to do what
if
you're
I knew,
doing.
if
so
I knew,
God bless you for trying.
yeah, if I knew Latin, I could understand his translator. But I don't.
I thought this was in Dutch.
Yeah.
Why Latin?
His translator's Latin, you dork.
That's a dead language.
Well, try telling that to Carlos.
Carlos.
Okay. What doesn't kill us?
I don't know, man.
This is nonfiction, I think.
Is
It's
this a
by
catchphrase? Well, what doesn't kill us?
Darn it. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Thank you.
You've come up with a lot. Well, all right. Anyway. Scott Carney has a new book. Or his first book. I don't have the time to figure out these
No.
brave, urgent
don't.
writers
You don't have
on
the
their
time.
debut
No.
novels. But what doesn't kill us? How freezing water, extreme altitude, and environmental conditioning will renew our lost evolutionary strength.
Oh, boy.
That title is too long.
That is.
What part did you fall asleep? Extreme altitude?
As soon as you started talking about it, I just sensed this is going to be horrible.
Oh, I've been in the water. I can now evolve again. I've grown wings.
Yeah.
This water is so cold.
Raymond?
Deborah, the water's freezing, Deborah. I'm evolving.
Super relevant. Super relevant reference.
My evolution.
Yeah.
Wayfarer by Alexandra Bracken. This is book 2 in the Passenger series. Not Passengers, Passenger.
All right, J-Lo.
This is a young adult's
J-La.
book. The first book
Mm-hmm.
of this series is, you might have seen it. It's got
I might
a
have.
ship in a bottle. It's got like a city that's shaped like a ship in a bottle. It's blue.
What?
It's like a city,
Oh.
a cityscape in a glass bottle.
So wait, is it a ship? Or is it just a city in a bottle?
It's a city in a bottle.
So there's no ship involved at all.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
But it's called Passenger.
Thanks for that.
You know, the listeners can't see you lean back in disgust. They have to.
Sorry. they can hear as my voice got quieter.
That's true. He's like, oh, it's too much for him. And we got 2 mangas. The Ancient Magus Bride. I say this and my wife gets mad at me all the time. I don't know. Is it Magus or Magus?
Sounds like
Magus.
she's got a real temper on her.
Sure, it does.
Wow. Short
Yeah.
fuse, that one.
Yeah. Anyways, volume 6. We have.
Why is she always mashing your potatoes?
Right?
All right.
One Punch Man, volume 10 is also coming out January 3rd.
Okay.
And that's what we got.
Man, I didn't like any of those.
Yes, you did.
Not
Stone
a-
Barrington.
No,
Because you're not up to that
I'm
point.
not. No.
Theodore Roosevelt, his
No,
son.
I don't care about that.
That urgent writer.
No.
They got their book out as soon as they could.
Look, I understand that
Oh, hold on.
you're embarrassed because those were so terrible.
Hold on.
But we need to
We got
move
2
on.
other books. Siren
boy.
Sisters by Dana Wagner and Freaks, a novel by Amanda Hawking. Those were both young adult books. I wanted to bring those up because we're getting them.
And those are supposed to be interesting.
I didn't get to really describe them. One's about like circus freaks.
Okay.
One's about
So I can live in the mystery.
sirens.
That's all right. That's all right. All right. I'm just going to give us a few here of the upcoming books. These are going to be coming out. It looks like mostly
2018?
in March. No, March
2017,
2017. Yeah, yeah. So here's what we got. We'll give you a couple of large print. So you large print fans, the guests on South Battery. This is Trad Street number 5. Trad with 2 Ds. Trad
That's
Street number
important,
5.
yeah.
Karen White. New York Times bestselling
Trad
author Karen
carefully.
White invites you to explore the brick-walked streets of Charleston, where historic mansions house the memories of years gone by,
Charleston.
and restless spirits refuse to fade away. What do you think?
Oh,
Do you like that?
Spooky.
Thank
That's
you.
a March read?
So that's March, and that's March in large print. Also in large print, Melanie Dobson returns with Beneath a Golden Veil.
Returns from what?
Just a hiatus. As elegant as the Sacramento residence she operates, Isabel Labrie keeps her past concealed, like the treasure she hides under the Golden Hotel. What is that?
A golden hotel?
No, I think that's just the name.
Oh.
You can't hide a golden hotel.
Sure you could.
You certainly couldn't lift it. Think how heavy that would be.
What if it was a Monopoly
There was
hotel?
a point in India. There's two problems in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
There's a few
and
problems.
That's an understatement because there's many, many more. One, he cuts open a mummy to look inside and totally ruins everything. I'm like, you're an archaeologist, bro. Don't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Second,
Kind of.
he takes gold coins and they're magnetized
Yeah,
by the
doesn't make any
crystal
sense.
skull.
Yeah, the X-Men
My wife was like, are they going to explain that? Because gold's not magnetic.
the X-Men screw that up all the time.
right.
Magneto's always lifting like gold bars, and it's like, well, how's that possible?
Yeah.
So
Look out. All right, standard print. Oh, boy. Your gal's back with a brand new series.
Heather Graham?
New York Confidential, #1 by Heather Graham, the
Go ahead.
author.
Oh, right.
Not the actress.
Right.
Heather Graham, the author.
Yeah.
Author.
What happens when the actress writes like a tell-all?
Oh.
What do we do
what
then?
If, what if it's like a Graham on Graham? Kelsey Grammer. Grammar on... No.
Kelsey Grammer's writing a book
He's
on Heather
writing
Graham
a book on Heather Graham.
with Heather Graham
with
co-writing.
Heather Graham co-authoring. Yeah.
Sure.
That's a lot. And they're eating graham crackers.
Yeah.
Perfect Obsession by Heather Graham, the author. Perfect Suspense. Well, look at that. Perfect Obsession. Perfect Suspense from New York Times bestselling author Heather Graham. The latest book in her New York Confidential series. Well, how is it #1? They already have that generic title for it, even though it's #1.
Yeah.
Someone is murdering beautiful young women in the New York area. Stop it.
Is this
And displaying
This is
them in
standard?
mausoleums and underground tombs. The FBI is handling the case with Special Agent Craig Frazier.
Oh, okay.
If
What
he's
is
not
this
played
called?
by Kelsey Grammer,
What is
so
this
help
called?
me. A Perfect Obsession. All right, next we have from Kay Hooper, Wait for Dark.
Hey, Mr. Hooper.
Mr.
I don't know the
Mr.
song.
Hooper. Number 17 in her Bishop/Special Crimes Unit series. An SCU team investigates a string of accidents only to uncover a deadly and deliberate monster. In the latest novel from New York Times bestselling author Kay Hooper. Look out. Look out, because there's a deadly and deliberate monster. Not an accidental monster, mind you. Greg Iles, very popular author here.
Uh-huh.
Let me tell you. His books are always huge. They're always real thick.
Right.
People love them.
Yeah.
Greg Iles, Pen Cage Book 6, Mississippi Blood.
Ooh.
The
Did
end
you
game,
add twang to that?
a little. The end game is at hand for Pen Cage. His family and the enemies bent on destroying them in this revelatory volume in the epic trilogy set in modern-day Natchez, Mississippi. Greg Iles' epic tale of love and honor, hatred and revenge
boy.
that explores how sins of the past continue to haunt the present. So if this is part of a trilogy, I don't understand. Oh, okay. It's the Natchez Burning Trilogy, Book 3. So the third in that trilogy. But the sixth book following Pen Cage. So
I want you to remember how you felt as I read that Ice Water book.
I'm sorry. All right, I'm done. There's no more. I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna tell
All right.
anymore. Let's talk New York Times bestseller list.
I kind of want to just focus on the fact that after making that Kelsey Grammer joke, the character's name was Fraser.
I know it's
That's
perfect.
too
It's
much.
Kismet. I know it's great.
All right.
Yep.
This isn't right.
Oh
Oh,
no.
I see. Okay, never mind. It's
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
fine. The New York Times bestsellers list for hardcover fiction. At number 16, Rogue One,
Why are you starting there?
a Star Wars story,
okay.
is at number 16.
All right. Bleh.
It debuted at number 16.
I read that book.
No, you didn't. This is the novelization of the movie.
Oh. No, I haven't read that book.
Yeah.
But it has been ordered, so we will have it here if you
Nice.
want to read it. I might actually read the book because
I
I,
want
think the
to.
book would probably take the time to like flesh those things out that like
I wanna read
I
that.
wanted to know about. You know.
Yeah. Number 15, Catalyst. By the Star Wars Catalyst, Rogue One. Rogue One. It's just back. It was gone, and now it's back. I
Yeah.
wonder why.
Well, it's a huge hit.
The book? No,
Rogue
the
One,
movie.
the movie.
It's
Yeah,
true.
people love it.
All right, let's get to the top 10.
Let's do it.
Number 10. Oh, a book that we realized I don't know the difference between All the Light We Cannot See.
Oh, All the Light We Cannot See is back on the
It's
top
number
10
10, 133
Wow.
weeks on the list.
Man,
We realized
Christmas right there. That's a Christmas number.
I confused this with what?
The Light Between Oceans.
Light Between Oceans. Okay, and the Fassbender one was The Light Between Oceans.
Correct.
Okay. You're right. Everybody got like, oh, you just have to read it. I don't know who that was.
I don't either, but it sounded fun.
Number 9, Turbo 23,
Stop.
Janet Ivanovich. Nick and Janet, best friends forever.
No.
Hanging out and playing basketball.
No way. We're not best friends. Remember, I tried to get her to come here, and she said only audiences of 600 or more.
I don't think you're supposed to share that.
Why not?
I don't know. What if her biggest fans are listening? He's like, oh, I didn't know. I had no idea.
That doesn't mean she's snotty. It just means that's her standard. She can't say yes to every invite she gets.
That's true. What? I have the same thing. Watch. Ask me if I want to come to your birthday party.
Do you want to come to my birthday party?
Not in this reality, baby.
That's the one. That is the one. That is your catchphrase of 2017.
Nice.
I love it.
All right. No, man, I got one more though.
Well,
We'll
see.
Okay. Number 8, Night School. Lead Child.
Yes.
Would you watch this Jack Reacher movie about him going back to night school?
Is he the teacher? Because that could be fun.
You think he's the teacher in the situation?
Might be.
You don't think he's the student?
Yeah.
But what is a teacher if not a master student?
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Was that a catchphrase? Because I liked it.
No, it's not. I think I stole that from Neil Peart, drummer of Rush.
Oh. All right.
7, Tom Clancy, True Faith and Allegiance
Wow.
by Mark Greaney. Is it Greaney?
I think so.
It's Eaney.
yeah, Greeny.
Okay, I want to say Griani.
I like it. Sure.
Number 6, Small Great Things, Jodie Picoult.
Good job, Jody. Jodes. I call her Jodes.
Do you?
Yeah.
Number 5,
It's a Grapes of Wrath.
No Man's Land, David Baldacci. Number 4, ooh, this moved back up or has been here? I don't know. The Underground Railroad. by
Colson Whitehead. Yes, that's our February book club book.
That was a lot
So
of.
join
I'm
us.
sure a lot of people got that for Christmas as well.
The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do you keep? Number 3, Cross the Line, James Patterson. Oh, I was about to add lyrics.
You gotta All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 2, 2 by 2, 12 weeks on the list, which is divisible by 6, and you get 2.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah. Number 1, Papa's Christmas Present.
The Whistler by
The
John
Whistler,
Grisham.
John Grisham.
Wow. Merry Christmas, Pop Pop.
Already got Dad a toolbox last year. What do I get him this year?
Wait a minute. The Grish is back.
Whistler, you
Just in
saved
time
Christmas.
for the holidays.
Who are those brothers?
I don't know, but they sound really fun.
You know they're brothers.
They are brothers,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah. It's
So-
a joint gift for Dad.
Yeah. All right. Wow. This episode has run long.
Yeah.
We're at 47 minutes.
Oh, that's all right.
All right. We've got 6 books between us.
Yeah, well, we're just... Are you ready for the main
Oh,
segment?
you got 4 books.
Let's do it. Well, I couldn't quite decide. We're going to do our first sexy new book club of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Sexy new book club. Everybody needs to read one of these because they're sexy in their books. And what's more sexy
All right,
than
so
reading?
So what we're doing is featuring some of the books that are on our current new book display.
Yeah.
Now, these might not be books that came out this very week, but they're books that are
How would we have
worth a look.
those?
I know.
They would have come out today, the 3rd.
I know. That's crazy. So we're each gonna talk a little bit about yours are all YA.
Yeah.
You got some YA books. I got some adult books. We're going to go back and forth and just highlight some things that we think are worth a look if you haven't checked them out yet.
Okay.
So, do you want me to start?
Fine.
Okay. Well, I picked Trevor Noah's Born a Crime, Stories from a South African Childhood.
Nice.
So this book sort of came out of nowhere. Trevor Noah is the current host of The Daily Show. Comedy Central's The Daily Show. Took over from Jon Stewart. He took over from Craig Kilborn.
Right. Boy, you learned a lot from that.
I sure did. Thank you. So,
Jon Stewart, you say?
he was born in South Africa under apartheid, where he was born a crime, as
Yeah.
the title would tell
Yeah.
you. So this is just stories about like life growing up and everything, and it's written in a cool style. It's I mean, you can hear his voice coming through in it. So I haven't read this. I want to read it. It's on my list. Looks pretty good. So let me just give you.
Are you going to read that right after you read your Daily Show
No,
oral history?
I'm going to take a little time. All right. So are you going to sing the song? A little time to think it over.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me run here. So chapter 1, titled Run. Sometimes in big Hollywood movies, they'll have these crazy chase scenes where somebody jumps or gets thrown from a moving car. The person hits the ground and rolls for a bit. Then they come to a stop and pop up and dust themselves off like it was no big deal. Whenever I see that, I think that's rubbish. Getting thrown out of a moving car hurts way worse than that.
Yeah.
No?
I mean, to be fair, most people would think that.
Yeah, that it would hurt.
Like when you watch people like just trip.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that one was rough. I'm like, oh man, I'd
that
be
was
on the
a-
ground and be like,
that
don't
was a
talk to
tough
me.
fall.
Leave me alone.
I was 9 years old when my mother threw me out of a moving car.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, I got
I
dark.
should have made that.
I think probably to help him. It happened on a Sunday. I know it was on a Sunday because we were coming home from church, and every Sunday in my childhood meant church. We never missed church. My mother was and still is a deeply religious woman. So, anyway, it goes on.
Okay.
And it's an interesting story. It's an unusual story.
Yeah.
I know very little about South Africa. And, coming from him and his style and his comedy, I just think this Kirkus calls it a gritty memoir, studded with insight and provocative social criticism, with flashes of brilliant storytelling and acute observations. So I think it would just be a fascinating read, and I plan to read it. So I'll let you know.
All right.
This is in our new nonfiction collection. What do you have, buddy?
They're over here though. Okay.
I'm
gonna fall over.
What great planning to put them out of reach behind you.
Sure. Hold on. Okay. Whew.
All right, what do we got?
Hey there.
Hey.
Back again.
Uh-huh.
All right. This book is called Blood Red, Snow White by Marcus Sedgwick.
This is a thing, right? This
Turning every
fairy tales?
yeah. It's not done yet. We've got more coming, man.
Okay.
Marcus Sedgwick, he wrote that book series that book I read last year, Ghost of
Christmas
Heaven?
Past.
No, the Ghost of Heaven. Remember the one with the stairs? It's kind of green.
Yes.
It had like 4 stories that kind of connected but didn't
Right.
because of a spiral or something.
Yeah.
He's the same author.
Okay.
When writer Arthur Ransom leaves his home in England and moves to Russia to work as a journalist, it is with little idea of the violent revolution about to erupt. Unwittingly, he finds himself at its center, trapped by the British to report back on the Bolsheviks. Oh, that wasn't so bad.
No.
Even as he becomes dangerously romantically entangled with the revolutionary leader, Trotsky's personal secretary. Both sides seek to use Arthur for their own purpose. And as he struggles to find autonomy... No, wait. Autonomy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, in this case, it might also be anatomy, okay? No, I'm going to leave that in.
Okay.
That's a strong one.
All right.
All right. Both sides grow to suspect him of being a double agent. Arthur... That was a weird way to say Arthur. I'm sorry.
I like it.
Arthur wants only to elope far from conflict with his beloved. But when he attempts to extract himself and Evgenia, that's her name, Evgenia,
Okay.
from the complicated politics and politicians that he fears will lead them both to their deaths, the decision he faces are the most dangerous and difficult of his life. Equal parts thriller, love story, and fairy tale. Prince Metal... it's Prince,
Meadowlark? Meadowlark from the Harlem Globetrotters.
Prince Medal winning author Marcus Sedgwick, Blood Red Snow White, is gripping romantic adventure novel based on a true story of a beloved children's author Ransom's experience with love and betrayal in war-torn Russia.
Wow. Got heavy towards
Yeah.
the end there.
I'll just read the...
Go on. Yeah. Tell us. Don't leave
Once
anything
upon a time. That's clever.
out. Okay.
Beyond the sunrise, halfway to the moon, and so very far away it would make your feet weep to think about it, lies a land vast in size and deep in sadness. From where we sit on the far edge of history, we can see across time itself, and yet this land is so big we struggle to see it all at once. Nevertheless, here it is. Here's a river as wide as a sea, and into it flows a stream as wide as a river. In summer, salmon leap through the cool fresh water. In winter, the ice is as thick as the house is as tall.
Wow. Wow. Look out.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
It's pretentious writing,
Yeah, a little bit.
but it works for me.
You like it.
Because it's pretentious, but it's still readable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like, oh, what is he saying? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I get it.
Yeah.
It's very thick ice.
Yeah.
I mean, you could also just say, like, it was thick enough you could walk on it.
Yeah.
But
That's
that's why I'm not a published author of Blood Red Snow
No,
White.
you didn't read
You have
it.
to say the cover's pretty eye-catching.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good cover.
So I thought this was more about Snow White.
It
I
doesn't
guess
seem
it's
to
not.
be
I guess
about
it doesn't. I
Snow
guess it's
White
not
at
about
all.
the fairy tale
But
at all.
it'll benefit from that because
sure will.
people will think that's what it is,
Yeah.
and
What's-
that's like the hot thing right now.
Shadow Queen. That's I think a Snow White one. It's the one where it's like the apple is covered in like a black goo.
Well,
And then there was Queen of Hearts, which is about the.
Queen
There's
of
another
Hearts
book
from
coming
Alice in
out
Wonderland.
though that's about another evil queen. It seems like here's the thing. It seems like the fairy tale genre, the telling of it
Yeah.
is turning into retelling, but from the antagonist point of view, which maybe is a late response to Maleficent.
And Snow White and the Huntsman.
Oh boy. Or The Huntsman.
The Huntsman.
Winter's War.
Winter's War.
You know what? Say what you will, the movie checks out, but then nobody has to pay $7 to go sit in a
Do you
theater.
want to watch it?
No.
You and me.
No.
We saw the first one together.
We saw it with your sister-in-law as well.
Yeah.
We're not all getting together.
Maybe we will.
Okay.
Maybe we will.
You, me, your wife, and your sister-in-law
Yeah.
are going to all get together,
Yeah.
sit down, and watch a rented copy of The Huntsman, Winter's
Yes.
War.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
Okay,
down. I'm
good.
down.
All right. My next book, also a current New York Times bestseller, by author Maria Semple, who maybe you'll recognize that name from her book "Where'd You Go, Bernadette?"
I don't know who Bernadette is.
Came out last year.
Who's Bernadette Peters?
Bernadette Peters?
Yeah.
Star of Broadway, star of stage.
I don't know who this, everybody's. It was a big joke in Deadpool. I
Bernadette
didn't
Peters?
get it.
Bernadette Peters is huge. She was recently in like revivals of Gypsy and Annie Get Your Gun and all sorts of things.
I wish the audience could see my dead-eye stare.
Sorry.
I said steer.
I heard you.
But I meant stare.
I heard you. Yeah. Anyway, Maria Semple's current book, Today Will Be Different. I like the cover of it's a lady
Oh yeah, I know that.
covering her face and it says Today Will Be Different a million times.
Yeah.
So it's gotten great reviews.
Have you
A
read
lot of-
anything
lot
by
of
that
good
author?
praise. No, I haven't. I want to. Anyway, so Today Will Be Different, a brilliant and hilarious novel about a day in the life of a woman forced to abandon her small ambitions and awake to a strange new future. From the nationally best-selling author of Where'd You Go, Bernadette?
Is it about
You gotta say
Bernadette
that.
Peters, that book?
It's about Bernadette Peters, yeah. Yeah. She was in movies, too. She was in The Jerk with Steve Martin, or It Runs in the Family with Michael Keaton. Douglas.
Which Michael are you
Michael
talking about?
Douglas.
Okay.
Yeah. Michael Keaton's real name, Michael Douglas. True story.
Yeah.
That's a true
And
story.
Michael J. Fox?
I don't remember.
Ooh, what?
I don't
Is
know
he
his
connected
life.
to
I don't know
him?
his real name.
Is
No,
he
he's
Michael
not.
Keaton?
He's not. Okay, so to start, today will be different. Because the other way wasn't working. The waking up just to get the day over with until it was time for bed. The grinding it out was a disgrace, an affront to the honor and long shot of being alive at all. The ghost walking, the short-tempered distraction, the hurried fog. All of this I'm just assuming because I have no idea how I come across. My consciousness is that underground, like a toad in winter. The leaving the world is a worse place just by being in it. The blindness to the destruction in my wake. The Mr. Magoo. If I'm forced to be honest, here's an account of how I felt the world last week. Worse, worse, better, worse, same, worse, same. Not an inventory to make one swell with pride. I don't necessarily need to make the world a better place, mind you. Today, I will live by the Hippocratic Oath. First, do no harm. How hard can it be?
Pretty hard.
What do you think?
Sometimes you just want to smack somebody.
You do.
Yeah. That's
Are
not a
you in?
catchphrase.
You gonna read it?
No.
Did you like it?
It was fine.
It's a little manic, which I think it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But it didn't like draw me in.
It's like
kind of
coffee off a
mania.
typewriter.
Yeah, it was just catchphrase.
It could be.
I don't get it.
Because it was typed. And It's manic.
All right. You
That
wanna
is
do-
a good. I'm gonna write that down.
Have you just done one? You want to do another one?
I got another one.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
I brought 3.
All right.
All right, here we go. Kenneth Opel. He's an internationally best-selling author. This one's called Every Hidden Thing.
I see a dinosaur.
Well, we got this in October, so it's not that new. I'm
all
sorry,
right.
listeners.
No, it's all
I
right.
have failed you.
We're featuring our new books. It doesn't have to be.
You don't see a dinosaur, but you do see its fossils. Remember that hilarious joke I made while we were watching Jurassic World about fossil fuel? About how
I remember
about
what
how
you
the
said.
Indominus would be very upset that Chris Pratt
said.
was pouring gas on himself, and he's like, "Is that fossil fuel?"
Yeah, and then you made fun of Darth Vader for his dad joke.
Well, it wasn't my joke. It was the Indominus Rex joke.
Oh, okay.
She has a wicked sense of humor, though. You
The
give her a
Indominus
cocktail or two,
Sure.
she'll have you just crying.
Yeah.
You're laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Or she'll eat you.
Our producer's saying, "Move along."
Somewhere in the Badlands, buried in millennia of rock and sand, lie the bones of a massive dinosaur, a Rex.
Ooh.
Discovering it would be the greatest fossil find of the 19th century. Samuel Bolt needs to be the one to do it. I'm on board.
Yeah.
Rachel Cartland wants the exact same thing for herself.
No, Rachel.
Mhm.
No.
The Bolts, the Cartlands, rival families of fossil hunters. Oh gosh, if I had grown up in a fossil family that had a rival fossil family,
Okay.
alike in their hatred of one another and their dream of finding the Rex,
Mm-hmm.
as both set off into a treacherous landscape searching for the glory of the first American dinosaurs,
Yeah.
their paths cross. Amid danger and mystery, the competition between their fathers intensifies, but Rachel
Okay.
and Samuel also find themselves pushed closer together. Dinosaurs do that, man. They
no.
bring you together.
Look out.
What if they joined forces? Could
don't
they find a new
know.
life together among the ruins of a lost
Maybe they
world?
could.
Or will old enmities keep them from both the Rex and each other?
Who knows?
Oh boy.
It is hard to say.
This could be a Lovosaurus wreck.
It could. I gotta tell you, this does not sound good to me.
What I just told you.
No, I didn't like it at all.
Okay, they're rival fossil hunters,
Right there, I'm lost.
and they might fall in love.
I don't want any of those things to happen.
You don't want them to fall in love, or you don't
I
want
don't
them to
want
find
some weird paleontologist Romeo and Juliet teenagers. No, I don't want that.
Well, you're. I
What?
I wouldn't say my father was a violent man, but he wasn't afraid to talk with his fist,
Ooh.
and I was glad of it.
Well, I mean-
because if he hadn't belted Professor Cartland that night in the Academy of Natural Science, I wouldn't have the chance to see Rachel's eyes up
Oh,
close.
what? I'm just kidding. This just in. Her father's a violent man.
When I first saw her in the lobby, I didn't even know her name. She was just an ordinary-looking girl,
Yeah.
doughtily dressed with all that flair of cabbage moth. Her nose and jaw was too big to make her face delicate. Fair hair, quite fine, reddish tinged, parted severely in the middle, and pulled back from her face.
Sure.
Well, she's a fossil hunter, so she sounds
I
like
guess
a
so,
coach.
yeah. She does.
Nothing?
No.
You're a horde man.
No. What?
You're a horde man.
That's too much.
Okay. Well, you know what? I think this book sounds good.
Okay.
I think it's worth a read. But hey, you don't have to take my word for it.
That's LeVar Burton's. You can't. That is
Who?
LeVar Burton's.
Who
LeVar Burton.
is?
He's the one
Is
who
this
says
related to
that.
Bernadette Peters?
No. LeVar Burton of
Says-
Reading Rainbow and Roots.
He
Star Trek
says
The
you
Next
don't have to take
Generation.
my word for it
Yes,
in Roots.
he does. No, not in, well, maybe. I don't know.
Star Trek.
He doesn't say
Is
it.
he all like, there's a coolant captain?
No.
But you don't have to take my word
That's
for it.
my Geordie LaForge impersonation. I don't appreciate you taking it for the purpose of this podcast.
All right, well, I guess you're the funny one?
I'm going to do one more. I'll let our listeners decide that.
Yeah? Well,
This
None of these
is
work.
gonna shock you, but I'm choosing Beatles 66.
have you read this?
No, the Revolutionary Year. I mean, it's got a fun cover. They're jumping, doing that classic jump shot. Well, that's a basketball thing, but they're jumping while somebody takes a picture.
Is that a thing the Beatles were known for?
Yeah, jumping while people took pictures.
Get
Yeah.
down from there,
Yeah.
Beatles!
All right, so this is. I mean, there's so many books written on the Beatles.
Name one.
The Beatles, a biography by Bob Spitz.
Okay.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's kind of hard, I think, to be like, oh, look, we've got some new information on the Beatles. So I like what this book is doing. It's just focusing on 1966, which was a revolutionary year, as it's called. This is the transition. This is the real transition from like fun, she loves you, yeah, mop top live performing Beatles to like post Revolver, shaggy, like psychedelic sitar loving, only in the studio, layer on layer Beatles.
What
of
did you
thing.
mean by shaggy?
What?
You said shaggy.
Yeah, the Beatles get all shaggy.
Oh, their appearance.
Yeah,
I
they're
thought you meant
long.
like Shaggy from Scooby Doo was somehow
Like
involved.
Zoinks. You say you want a revolution? So anyway, their last like live concert was in '66. It was the year Revolver came out, and that's kind of a transitional album because then it goes more towards the stuff that they could never perform live. Their stuff became so like studio
Yeah.
heavy that they couldn't like it just wouldn't sound the same at all.
Is this where you want to talk about your new headphones and how it's revolutionized your listening of stereo?
No, we don't have to get into that.
It's just funny to me because lots of people have used headphones before.
These are special
Okay. No, I know they were really nice.
high-tech stereo headphones.
So are you plugging these into your record player?
Yeah, it has an adapter.
Huh.
But I also just like I have a few of the stereo albums on my phone,
Uh-huh.
and so like I've listened to them that way too, and especially Abbey Road. I mean, you can hear so many things that like I've heard those songs a million times, but like with the headphones where you can hear every little thing, it's like a whole different experience. So
Nice.
yes, it has been fun.
Okay.
But anyway, Beatles Revolutionary Year really just focuses on that transition and this one like chunk of Beatles history. So
So it was
it's not
Revolver that
retreading
came out
like
that year.
and Pete Best didn't work, so they had to get Ringo. Like we know.
Okay.
This is just like really detailed about that year.
How soon after Revolver was Sergeant Pepper?
Well, that's next. Yeah, pretty soon.
Is it like 68, 67?
Oh no! I mean, they put things out so quickly.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Okay, but it was Revolver, then Sergeant Pepper?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, A compelling, richly detailed look at the transformative year in the lives and careers of the legendary musicians whose groundbreaking legacy would forever change music and popular culture. This is written, by the way, by Steve Turner, who wrote Complete Beatles Songs. So this is not the one I read, Hard Day's Right. This is a different one.
It's a hard
Same basic
day's
idea.
right.
So,
And I've been typing like a dog.
You've been typing like a dog?
It's a hard day's right.
Oh, Hard Day's Right. Okay, yeah, I get it. It's a long prologue. Okay. So, Chapter 1, December 1965. A black Austin Princess limousine with tinted windows pulled out of William Mews in Belgravia on the morning of Thursday, December 2nd, and turned right into the Knightsbridge, driving past Harrods towards Hyde Park Corner. Not a strong start. In the front was 37-year-old chauffeur Elf Bicknell, bespectacled and wearing a formal gray suit and tie. On the other side of the glass partition behind him were 5 young men sitting in 2 rows. Ringo Starr, George Harrison, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, and their personal assistant / road manager,
George
Neil
Martin?
Nell
Oh.
Appensell, who they'd known since their early days in Liverpool when they were local beat group and he was training to be an accountant. So that is not a great start. I'm still interested in this book.
Right.
But I probably, if I was in a bookstore and I picked that up, I would be like, that's like dry toast, baby.
Yeah.
That's
That's
my
your catchphrase of 20.
Yeah.
That's like dry toast, baby.
Yeah.
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 Hey,
Anyway,
both are.
probably still check it out, but
Okay.
I was that discouraged me.
All right.
I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
All right.
Both our catchphrases end with baby.
Yeah.
Mine's not in this reality,
Yeah.
baby, and yours is
Yeah.
that's like dry toast, baby.
Yep.
Just something about that. Okay. Last book I got,
Yeah.
Scythe. What do you think of the cover?
Ooh, you know what? I actually really like that cover. I noticed that on the shelf. I like how the person's face, it's that thing where it's just like the sickle,
Son of a gun, you're right.
you know, that it makes it.
Yeah,
so
it's like
is
that thing. Is it 2 lamps or is it
Yeah.
a person?
Yeah.
Or is it 2 people or a lamp? That's
It's
it.
2 people or a candlestick, but
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a lamp.
yeah. So yes, I like it, and I also like it's got this vaguely like Russian thing
It does,
going
yeah.
on. It's retro.
Yeah, the font.
I'm yeah, and the colors. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
red
impressed.
and yellow. Oh, yeah.
I'm impressed by this book.
All right, this is Scythe. It's by Neil Shusterman. Neil Shusterman wrote anything else? I don't know. Oh, the Skinjacker trilogy, Unwind Dystology, Downsiders, and Challenge Deep. Challenger
Yeah.
Deep. That one sounds familiar.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I don't know.
It was new. All right, a world with no hunger, no disease, no war, no misery. This sounds perfect. Why would
Yeah,
there be?
yeah, that
what's-
sounds great.
Humanity has conquered all those things and has even conquered death. Now
Wow.
scythes are the only ones who can end life, and they are commanded to do so in order to keep the size of the population under control. Okay, yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a dystopian. Okay,
Yeah,
I got
it's
it.
dystopian.
Citra.
Depressing.
What?
This book. It's dystopian.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
Maybe they'll have 2 characters who discover a
Do you
dinosaur
want to just
together.
turn our back on all this and just go open a pepper mill? Just the 2 of us
What?
up and working a running pepper mill.
Well, what are the hours like?
Well, we set our own hours, but it's going to be grueling. A lot of pepper.
What?
It's just a suggestion.
Is this something because this book depressed you?
It's just, you know.
You're thinking about war and
if this
diseases?
is coming anyway, we need to have practical skills, you know.
And
Oh, yeah, because people aren't going to want to season their food. Ridiculous.
who can afford it? I guess we can set our own prices.
currency. It's currency in this new Scythe world order. Anyway, read your book.
Citra and Rowan are chosen to apprentice to a scythe, a role that neither wants. These teens must
Well,
master
they should
the.
be grateful for having a job.
Yeah, some people have to work in grueling hours in the pepper mill like
Yeah,
us.
That's right.
These teens must master the art's in quotation here,
Huh.
of taking life. Yeah,
So that implies that it's not really art.
or they're quoting another summary of the
Yeah.
book.
Yeah, that could be. It's the one where they're quoting something.
Knowing the consequences of failure could mean losing their own.
Mm-hmm.
Scythe is the debut novel of a thrilling new series by National Book Award winning author Neil Shusterman, in which Citra and Rowan learn the perfect world comes only with a heavy price. That's how it, yeah. Chapter 1, The Scythe arrived late on a cold November afternoon. Citra was at the dining room table,
Citra?
slaving over a particularly difficult algebra problem,
Oh,
shuffling
Citra.
variables, unable to solve for X or Y, when this news and far more bad variable entered her life's equation.
What if her name was Fresca? Like the...
You want me to read it as Fresca?
Yeah.
Guests were frequent at the Terra Nova's apartment. Terra Nova
Yeah.
is Citra's last name, like the show, the Fox show, Terra
Really?
Nova. So when the doorbell rang, there was no sense of foreboding, no dimming of the sun, no foreshadowing of the arrival of death at the door. Perhaps
Okay.
the universe should have did not deign to provide such warnings, but scythes were no more supernatural than tax collectors in the grand scheme of things. They showed up, did their unpleasant business, and were gone. Uh-oh. There's a line here that says, may I enter Mrs. Terranova?
Uh-oh.
So I think Mrs. Terranova is dead.
Mrs.
And
Terranova.
Citra Francesca Terranova.
Fresca.
Fresca. I thought it was
like
Francesca.
the beverage.
Okay. Well, how do you feel about the scythe?
I didn't.
So you didn't like any of these books? Blood Red Snow White?
No, I don't think I did like any.
I don't think you're a young adult reader, man. I think
Maybe.
you're an adult reader. All yours were nonfiction.
Not.
I brought some color
You did?
to this snooze fest.
Huh.
That's not my catchphrase.
Okay.
All right, that's it. That's all I got.
Oh, all right. Well, are you going to read any of those books?
Yes, I'm going to read every hidden thing because I'm
Are you- oh,
into
'cause
the
the
romance.
fossils.
No, not the fossils, the romance.
I would like to read. I don't know. I'm sort of going off Beatles 66.
Yeah.
But the Trevor Noah book and the Mary Semple, I do want to read both of those.
I might also read Blood Red
One of
Snow
these
White
days.
because
It's a great name. It's a great title.
so let's recap the titles and authors.
Okay.
Go ahead. So Nick's choices were
Beatles 66 by Steve Turner. Today Will Be Different by Maria Semple. And Born a Crime, Stories from a South African Childhood by Trevor Noah.
and we got Blood Red Snow White by Marcus Sedgwick, Every Hidden Thing by Kenneth Opel, and Scythe by Neil Schusterman. These are all at your local library.
The David A.
Specifically, if you live near the David A. Howe Public Library, we've got them. And we've got more. If you like some of this, imagine what you could find. No,
Okay.
but you don't have to take my word for it.
No, LeVar Burton. All right,
that?
let's talk library news. I'll tell you what we've got.
Oh boy, I'm not even. Yeah, go ahead.
We've got, you've got your movie on January
Miss
6th.
Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children
3:30.
and gifted students with mutant powers.
That's the X-Men. And then right around Monday, January 9th, we're showing Pete's Dragon, new Disney movie.
Pete's
also
Dragon's
at
Home for
6:30.
Peculiar Children.
Yep. The book clubs are currently, we're just winding down on A Highland Christmas. That was the book we read over Christmas. So that's
Did
January
it
4th.
have anything
We're
to do with
meeting for that.
Scottish? Anything?
I mean, it was in Scotland. So.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're starting after that. I've Got You Under My Skin by Mary Higgins Clark. This spun off the Under Suspicion series, Cinderella Murders, Sleeping Beauty Killer, all that stuff.
Okay.
And the other book club currently reading The Nightingale by Christian Hanna. So you're welcome
Nice.
to join us for either of those. Nightingale has quite a few signups, so that'll be
Yeah.
a bigger book club.
What do you got after Nightingale?
After Nightingale is Underground Railroad, Colson Whitehead.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're killing it with last year's hits.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah. The
So
greatest
you
hits
got
of
women.
2016.
You got the Woman in Cabin 10 coming up.
Yep.
That wasn't on the best sellers list anymore. Did you see that?
No, but it stayed for quite a while
Yeah.
for a debut author mystery. Yeah.
When are you gonna
Pretty good
do
run.
All the Light We Could Not See?
It's not on the list actually. It's super long. Some
Yeah.
of the ones that are like over 600 pages, they just don't work as well for the book club.
That's true. That
So
makes sense.
I try to keep them a little shorter than that. But
Okay.
Anyway,
We've got Anime Club starting back up January 4th.
exciting.
Yeah.
All right.
We got a loot crate, which I raffle off
Yeah.
when we get it once a month, and it's an anime one, and the theme is space. It's galaxies, I think, and Cowboy Bebop was in there, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty jealous of the Bebop item.
Yeah, I know you were.
But I got to give it to the kids.
We should mention too, we've got a new edition here at the David A. Howe Public Library.
Me?
Yeah.
I've been here.
No, not you.
I've been here.
No, think about who I mean.
Because it's your birthday?
No.
Happy birthday.
No.
Hold on.
Do you really not know?
Me.
Our new children's librarian.
Right.
Started today.
Kate Miller.
Kate
our
Miller.
new children's librarian.
We're happy to have her. She's coming from the Genesee area library. She worked in the STLS system before. A lot of great experience working with kids, running some great kids programs. So we're excited to have her get started. January 3rd, today was her first day.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to working together, having a good time here at the David A. Howe Public Library.
Yeah.
So welcome,
I
Kate.
enjoyed her open disdain for you.
No, that was you.
That was me?
Yeah, she didn't like you at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, and you have an open disdain for me. So that's probably why you're confused
Right.
because of all the different things.
Well, it's because I'm your manager. And this is like frustration.
You're my,
I
you're
feel
my
like
agent. It's a little different than a manager. So please don't get too big for your britches.
Well, I hate to tell you, but your agent
Okay.
set me up as your manager.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What happened to my old manager?
He got bought out, really.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We bought your contract.
Well, if my agent did this, he must have been.
Yeah.
He must have had his reasons.
He thought it made sense. He thought if he was going to exploit the situation the best
Yeah.
he could. So
Yeah.
I feel like I'm Tom Cruise to your Cuba Gooding Jr. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to let you star in Pearl Harbor and then Snow Dogs.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
are you cool with being in Snow Dogs?
Yeah,
You're
that
going to
sounds
have
good
to
to
be
me.
in Daddy's Daycare too.
Yep.
You're cool with being in Daddy's Daycare too.
Yeah. Daddy Day Camp.
Okay. Great.
All right.
I'll get the paperwork
Okay.
drawn up.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
I will do it. Okay. Well, I think
What
that's
else we
it
got?
for us.
Is that it?
I think that's it for us today.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks for joining
2017.
us.
You excited?
Yeah, I am.
What
the
next
ground
week we're
running.
talking
Page to screen coming
Yes.
in 2017.
So, listeners, if you have any movies that are based off of books that are coming out next year that you're excited about, let us know.
Yeah.
So we're gonna cover Beauty and the
covering
Beast.
some of
Will
these.
that count? Disney's Beauty and the Beast.
we'll mention it.
It's based off the animated movie, but that's based off of a book.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe if it's on a list, I find.
Sure.
Or
yeah,
unless we
then we'll
forget
include
it.
All right. Well, that's it for us today. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.